guys, what's up? It's Olivia. So in fall 2016, I did the Disney College program. I lived down in Orlando for about 4.5 months, and this summer I'm returning for the Disney Summer Alumni Program. I thought I would share with you my packing list / what I suggest you pack for the Disney College program. Now both this time and last time I flew on Southwest Airlines, which means I had 2 checked bags, a carry-on, and a small personal item, and then I purchased everything else at Walmart. I'll also mention some larger items that if you're driving, you might want to bring these, or at least ask one of your roommates who is driving if they're gonna bring it, and then I'll tell you my Walmart list and what I just plan on buying once I get down there. I'm gonna start this list with what you need for traditions, because I know this is something that everyone freaks out about. Now the Disney look, you're gonna have it, it's gonna be sent to you like 5,000 million times if you're doing the program, so please don't ask me any questions about the Disney look. But between traditions, welcome to ops / welcome to merchandise, entertainment, whatever, and then another training day in the parks, you are going to need 3 days worth of business casual. I'm taking 1 pencil skirt, 1 set of trousers, 3 different tops, and then 1 set of shoes. Traditions is only about 4.5 hours long. Part of the day is indoors, and weather permitting, part of the day is outdoors, which can be really hot and humid in Florida. So I am wearing my pencil skirt that day. I also recommend bringing a cardigan because 1.5 of your days in training is going to be held at Disney University, so that's going to be your half day's worth of traditions, and then you're welcome to ops / welcome to merchandise or whatever you're doing. And it gets pretty cold in there when you're sitting and doing nothing, so I suggest bringing a sweater or something to wear inside that you can take off if you have to go do any outside portion. And I personally am taking these shoes because personally for me, ballet flats are not comfortable to walk in. They hurt my feet so bad. I also don't recommend bringing heels because there are gonna be parts where you have to walk. But if ballet flats are comfortable, bring those. Personally, this is what I'm bringing. And then day 2, I'm wearing trousers since that day's gonna be inside the entire day. A top, cardigan, these shoes. And then day 3, your training is gonna be actually walking through the park. So I'm wearing a pencil skirt on that day as well. The next thing that I think is really important and a must have is a wallet. Now a lot of people on the program get these Vera Bradley wallets. And by the way, almost everything I'm talking about, I'm gonna leave an Amazon link below so you can find it really easily. But these are super popular on the Disney College program. It's like a little coin purse. And then in the front, there is somewhere for you to put your ID. So this is really helpful because every time you enter housing, you have to pull out your ID. Every time you take Transtar, which is the bus system down there, you have to pull out your ID. This is really popular. It hangs on a lanyard. And by the way, I got this keychain at Walmart. And I love it, and I've been using it for 2 years. So like when I say in my videos, get your souvenirs at Walmart, like I legit use them from Walmart. Along the same lines, let's talk about how many bags you should probably bring on your program. Now I am bringing just a small purse in case we go to Disney Springs or I'm just going shopping. Personally, I'm a lanyard girl. I don't mind wearing that around my neck whenever I do things, but I think a small purse is good to bring. I'm also bringing this little drawstring bag for a park bag. And then I have this bag, which is a waterproof backpack. I'll put the link below. And this is going to be my park bag and my work bag. Now last time I used my JanSport backpack and that was fine, but it wasn't waterproof, and considering I'm going during hurricane season, I'm gonna want something that's waterproof. This one is a little bit smaller, but it still has a few pockets on the inside, space on the side for water bottles, and then a space right here for either your water bottle or your umbrella. Speaking of which, bring an umbrella, have it with you at all times, and then once you're down in Florida, I recommend buying a poncho or 2 from Walmart. They're super cheap, and when you're walking from the bus to your apartment and it's pouring down rain outside, you're gonna want a poncho. I also recommend bringing 1 or 2 plastic water bottles. On your program, you're gonna have to buy jugs of water from Publix or from Walmart because Florida tap water, so I'm told, is not safe to drink. So rather than buying cases and cases of water bottles, bring just a couple of refillable water bottles. That way you can refill it at work, when you get there, when you go home. Okay, next, I suggest bringing a journal for you to document this experience. Yes, if you're vlogging, that's cool, that's awesome. But when we vlog, we don't necessarily say everything that's going on in our minds. And also there's a lot of stuff that like you can't say to the public when you work for Disney, as far as like training and things like that. So I highly recommend bringing a notebook for you to document your experience in. I also recommend you bring a work notebook and folder. I don't know about every other role, but in entertainment, I was given so many different papers that I had to learn or memorize or just keep on me. Then I also was constantly writing new things down in a notebook, and then on my way to work, I would look at it and refresh my brain. Now for traditions, they do give you a booklet and a notebook and pen, so don't worry about taking that stuff to traditions because they've got you covered. But as far as training and things like that go, I do recommend having another journal. Personally, I am bringing my journal that I have my YouTube ideas in, my writing ideas in, and then I'm also bringing a to-do list because I live my life by lists. Something that I hate about moving into new apartments is having to purchase everything over again, especially when I know it's going to be a temporary situation. So in order to not have a $500 Walmart trip the first day I'm there, I personally am taking my own fitted sheet, regular sheet, 2 pillowcases, 3 or 4 bath towels, some washcloths, a hand towel or 2, and then a kitchen towel. I really recommend that everyone in your apartment bring 1 or 2 kitchen towels. That way you can just constantly change them, filter them out. Everyone just washes their own with their own towels. And then I'm also taking my magic bullet with me. It's a little blender. I bought it last time when I was in Florida, flew it back, it fit in my suitcase on the way back, and I'm taking it back there again because I need smoothies. So a couple of larger items that if you're driving and you can fit this, you should probably bring, I would say, hair dryer, pots and pans, and any kitchen utensils you might need. They do have the regular bowls, silverware. They have like 2 pots. They also have mugs and plates. Personally, when I was down there in Orlando, I bought my own set of water cups. I bought my own Tupperware. And then between the roommates, we did have cookie sheets and smaller pots to use. So keep that in mind. If you want to bring a cutting board or steak knives or any sharp knives, you're gonna want to bring that or ask one of your roommates who is driving if they will bring it. A few random things. I highly recommend bringing a lunch pail with you if you already have one. A lot of CPs are very confused as to why they are broke throughout their entire program, yet they fail to realize that it's because they eat out at lunch every single workday and get a snack every time you're in the park. If you want to do that, that's fine. Just face up to it and own it that that's why you're broke. But taking your lunch is a really big money saver. So if you just want to take it in a Walmart bag when you're there, that's fine. I already have a lunch pail, so I'm bringing one with me. Also, as far as makeup goes, I mean, this isn't really makeup, but I'm just bringing 1 set of nail polish just for my toes to touch those up. There are very few rolls where you actually get to wear nail polish. Even when you do, there are very specific colors that you have to abide by, and then you do have to keep them looking professional your entire time. I'm personally someone who my nail polish is going to chip, and I don't want to have to keep up with this all the time, so I'm only taking 1 nail polish just to touch up my toes. I also recommend bringing any cold medicine or ibuprofen prescriptions, any other medicine you think you might need on your program. Something to keep in mind, Florida is one of those states that does not sell pseudoephedrine. So those are the little red pills that like clear up your sinuses. They only sell phenylephrine, which surprisingly worked for me last time, but usually doesn't. So I am taking my own Sudafed there. Okay, we're down to electronics, clothes, shoes, toiletries, and then I'll tell you some things that I'm buying from Walmart once I get there. So as far as electronics go, last time we went, we actually had 3 roommates bring TVs, so we had 1 in each room and then 1 in the living room. I know for sure this time 1 person at least is bringing their TV. I'm personally bringing my HDMI cable in case you want to hook up my laptop to watch The Bachelorette on a night other than Monday night. Oh, and the housing complexes do provide free Wi-Fi, and you do get cable if you hook your TV up. So I'm taking my HDMI cable, I'm taking my laptop charger, case, and mouse. Now, if you're not a vlogger, if you don't like to store your pictures on your laptop, or if you're not doing school while you're down there, there's really no reason to take your laptop, because if you're watching Netflix, you can just watch it on your Kindle or your iPad. I'm not bringing this DSLR camera, but I did just buy a vlogging camera, so I'm taking that, battery, charger, handheld tripod, phone, charger, earbuds. Then I'm also taking my external hard drive. This is 1 terabyte. I will link it down below because I love it. I think it's Toshiba. And again, this is just to store pictures and video while I'm down there. Okay, clothing, shoes, and accessories. So one thing I do recommend you buying is a watch of some sort. This is my fitness tracker. I got it for $20 on Amazon. I only use it for the time and then counting my step. I'll link it below. There is one for $30 that also does like the heart rate and the sleeping and all of that. But I like it because I didn't want to spend like $140 on a Fitbit when I can get one that looks just like it and serves the purpose I need. Now, when I bought this 6 months ago, I bought this in a teal band, but what's really cool is the sides actually come off, and in this brand you can buy different colored bands, and so I bought a black band online. It came with a black band and a navy one. It was only $7, and by putting the black band on it, that's what's gonna make it Disney look. As far as jewelry goes, I am leaving my ring at home. Disney Look says you can have a small ring if it's like a wedding ring, but this isn't a wedding ring, so I'm leaving this here. And then with other jewelry, I'm just bringing my couple Alex and Ani bracelets and my one necklace that has Mickey Mouse on. But other than that, I don't really think there's any need to take jewelry down there with you because you don't want to lose it, especially in a big old theme park. If you have a name tag from a former program, make sure you bring that. Make sure you do bring all your Mickey ears and stuff because like, you're there at Disney World. What other time are you gonna need your Mickey ears? These are my Piglet ears. I'll link them down below. Also take your lanyards with all your pins. And of course, take some Disney shirts that are gonna look good in the parks for pictures. I'll just show you a couple of shirts real quick. This one I wore in my acceptance video. It is Ariel. I got it from Kohl's. It's a muscle tank. I also got this from Kohl's, which I think is going to be really, really cute in the parks. And this I actually got from Target in the boys section, and it looks like I'm wearing a boy shirt when I wear it. But I think it's pretty cute. And then I am going to bring my Walt Disney World sweatshirt. It's gonna be hot while I'm down there. I'm probably not gonna need it, but air conditioning is cold, so I am gonna bring it just in case. I'm gonna bring a light jacket. Then I'm also bringing my windbreaker / waterproof jacket. Okay, as far as shoes go, I did already buy my work shoes. These are just plain black shoes with no logo on them. I did get them from Payless Shoe Source, even though they're like 40 bucks. This is Safe Step Comfort. They feel really nice on the inside, but while you're down there for the majority of rolls, you're gonna have to get plain black non-slip shoes. For quick service food and beverage, apparently they do provide them. And I guess Disney stores do too. Again, this is just something that since I know I'm going to need this, I decided to buy it here. I'm also bringing 2 other pairs of tennis shoes for the parks. I'm bringing my set of Keds in case I'm going to Disney Springs or the grocery store. I'm bringing 1 pair of sandals in case we go out to dinner, do character dining, or do DCP graduation. And then of course a pair of flip-flops and then my set of slides because I like wearing those all around my apartment. I'm only bringing 1 pair of jeans because I don't think it's gonna be cold there at all. I'm bringing all of my workout shorts because those are things that I sleep in, work out in, hang around the house in, go out in public in, we'll go in the parks in, so I'm bringing all of those. I have 4 other pairs of jean shorts that I'm bringing all my underclothes. I have a couple of workout tank tops that I'm also going to wear in the park. I'm only gonna bring like 1 or 2 like nicer tops if we like go out to dinner or something, and then the majority of my stuff is gonna be like t-shirts like this that I can wear in the park, to the grocery store, or around the house. Because here's the thing, people, they have stores down there, so if you need something, you can buy it. I will probably take 1 or 2 dresses, sundresses that can fold up super duper tiny because again, there is DCP formal, you might go out to dinner or brunch, and then there's also CP graduation. And those are events that you might want to dress up for a little bit more. If you're the person who wears sundresses in the park, great, pack as many as you want. Personally, I'm not bringing that many dresses. As far as makeup goes, I am bringing the basics. I'm bringing my foundation, makeup sponge, eyeliner, mascara, blush, and then for eyeshadow, I'm just bringing my little palette by Tarte, and then I have a few of these little shades by Morphe that I'm bringing. Palettes don't really take up that much room, so you can definitely judge how much makeup you're gonna bring based on how much room you have in packing. But personally, I never really wore eyeshadow for most rolls. It's humid outside, you're not gonna wear eyeshadow to work, so this is just something extra that you're gonna wear if you're in the park. And then moisturizer and setting spray is something that I'm going to buy once I'm in Orlando. This is random, but I'm bringing my little armband for working out. They do have gyms at all of the facilities, and this is small, so why not bring it? Almost done with the packing list, and I'll tell you some things from Walmart, but I am going to bring some food. So that first night, I'm not landing in Orlando until about 8 p.m. Probably won't get to my hotel and checked in until 9:30 at night. I'm not gonna go out, so I am gonna bring snacks for that first night. And then I do recommend bringing snacks and stuff for that whole first day, because based on your schedule, based on if your roommates are gonna go to Walmart or Publix or whatever, you don't really know when you're gonna get to eat. So I do recommend bringing bread or pretzels or protein bars or whatever it is to last you about your first 24 hours there. I probably will take salt and pepper with me. I might take garlic powder with me because that's one of the only spices that I use, and then I'm also taking peppermint tea with me. A couple of notes, they do provide a calendar, so you don't need one of those. If you want to post like a whiteboard in the common area to know everyone's schedules, that's a thing. So every month the housing complexes have this newsletter that they'll have at the housing office, and then you open it up, it has like all the news that is happening, and then once you unfold it, it's the calendar for that month. So that's always what I use for the calendar, write all my shifts down, and then again you can put that in the common area and everyone can write their shifts down. Something that you are going to need though is push pins to put in the cork boards. I did hear they're kind of phasing the cork boards out. I don't know how true that is, but bring some pins just in case if you want to hang up pictures or anything. And then depending if you want to decorate your walls, you're going to need command hooks. If I have extra room in my bag, I am going to bring a book or two. Last time it was so crazy how much I missed reading. Like going from full-time student to then full-time working and like not having anything to do in your off time other than like physically like going to the parks or something, that's really hard. So if you have room, bring a book or two. I'll also bring a blanket if I can fit that. I am taking sheets, but I am gonna need a blanket or something warmer on top. If it doesn't fit, I'll have my mom just mail it to me. And then if it also fits, I'm going to take my little cell phone tripod for live streams. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you some things that I plan on purchasing there, but if you have a car, if you can fit these in your luggage, then go ahead and bring them now. 100% you are going to need a mattress topper. The mattresses are so hard and hurt so bad. They sell Walmart brand ones, like little egg crate ones, so you don't need to buy a nice Tempur-Pedic one, but I definitely recommend getting a 1/2 inch or more. Last time they were out of all of those, so I ended up buying a full-size 1/4 inch and then folding it in half on my twin bed, and it worked fine. You're also gonna need to get hangers, laundry basket, laundry soap, dryer sheet. Bring quarters if you're not in the commons. In the commons, they do have in-unit washer and dryer, but otherwise, you're gonna need quarters for the machines. They also have credit card machines, so actually use your credit card whenever you can, because sometimes the machines go down and then you have to use your quarters, so save your quarters for those times. I am also purchasing 2 pillows there because 1 pillow was not enough last time. Kitchen trash bags, Tupperware, rain poncho, setting spray, sunscreen, lotion, paper products like napkins, plates, bowls, utensils, plastic bags. I am purchasing the majority of my toiletries there, so whatever you need for that. Then since you're moving into a new apartment, you're gonna need things like hand soap, toilet paper, toilet brush, sponge, Ajax, Clorox wipes. You get the drift. Now again, if you can pack any of these into your suitcase, do it. I think I am actually gonna get dryer sheets and just fly with them. Same with cotton balls and Q-tips and anything else that's not too big or not liquid. That is my completed list as of right now. I am going to be vlogging my first day there. I am going to be vlogging the Walmart trip and showing you everything I get, just so that you guys have an idea of how much you actually do need to buy once you first get there. Last time my first day Walmart trip was $225, and that did not include any of the groceries that I needed, so be prepared to spend money. If you found this video helpful, then please share it in whatever Disney College Program group you're in. Also make sure to follow me on Instagram and subscribe to this channel to keep up with my journey as I go back to Disney this summer. Like I said, all the products that I mentioned will be in links down below. And if you didn't know, I did just come out with merch that says Dreaming Out Loud, so I'm gonna put a link to my newsletter down below, and if you sign up for my newsletter, then you get a $2 coupon on any piece of merchandise you want. Alright, keep dreaming out loud, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!